Greetings from NeuronThemes. Images are a universal language that everyone understands. This is why it's important to exhibit them the best way you can. The media gallery element gives you flexibility like never before. You can arrange, adjust, and position images with ease, now made available with the robust gallery element. Let's get going. This is a photography demo website. We have already added our hero section, as well as a cool quote to make a smooth transition between the sections. We will first make sure our gallery element sits right. Let's add a section. We will need to configure the main settings, like the height, also the content position. We will need to go to the Advanced tab and add some bottom padding for the value of 100 pixels. Let's add a heading and type our content. We are doing this for the sake of composition, as we will show filters later on. Let's style the heading. From the Style tab, we will tweak the typography options as per usual. Perfect. Now let's see the real power behind our robust gallery element. Drag it onto the page. We will start with the Content tab. From the layout, we first have the option to choose the type of the gallery to either be single or multiple. This will give you freedom to select and categorize your images based on their profile. We will go with multiple. Let's add here the galleries we want to showcase. We will add 3 categories of galleries. Click on the tab to open the options. Here you can set the title as well as the images for your gallery. Let's start adding our images. Once you're done selecting the images you need, from this interface, you can arrange your images as per your desire or use the reverse order. Here, you can also write the alt text, title, and caption. Click on Insert Gallery, and that's great. Now let's add the other 2 categories. The procedure will be the same. Add the images, organize them, so we will speed the video a little. If you wish the images on your gallery have dynamic capabilities, simply click on this database barrel icon to extract images dynamically. Awesome! Now that we're done adding the images, let's take a look at other settings. You can order the images by default or randomly. You can set the number of images you want per column. This is all depending on the design you want to give to your gallery showcase. You can switch the carousel option on to show the images in a carousel type of showcase. Choose the layout to either be grid, the one we're currently using, masonry, or metro. We will go with metro to give it a more disorganized look to our design. You can set the responsive columns number here. This will set the number of images shown per column on tablets and mobiles. You can set the image width. Choose to show a light box when users click upon an image, as well as decide what detail you want to be shown. We will leave it to title. On the Image Details option, set what details you want to be displayed under the images. It can be either the title, caption, and description. You can set the HTML tag for the image details. Switch the Overlay option on to have an overlay when users hover over the image. It can show an icon or image details. We want a simple overlay, so we will delete the icon. Let's move on to the filter section. We will of course choose to show them, as the gallery element uses smart filters, which makes the entire image organization a lot easier. Also, repetitive images will only be shown once on the All filter. We will set the style to normal. As for this design, we don't want a drop-down. You can select the columns for the filters. We will go with Auto. You can choose to either show or hide the All filter. You can tweak the text. We're doing fine until now. Let's go to the Style tab and style our gallery element. We will first set the columns gap and the row gap. You can set an animation for the gallery element, as well as tweak the options to have it as per your desire. You can align the image details on the left, center, or right. In the box section, you can configure the border width, border radius, as well as padding. Also, to make it a bit bolder, you can add a box shadow, background, and border color. From the image section, you can tweak the options relating to the images you display. You can set the border radius, spacing between the images, and the CSS filters. This is a cool way to edit your images right from the editor. You can have them be blurred when users hover over, or increase the brightness. These are the tools to professionally edit your images. Now we move on to the overlay section. You can set a background type to either be classic or gradient. Set a color for the overlay. You can set spacing for the overlay to give it a different appearance, as well as content padding. You can choose to leave the overlay active. Also, you can set the horizontal and vertical positions for the overlay. If you choose to show an icon on the overlay, here you can set the color and its size. We've arrived to the content section. You can set the color and tweak the typography options for all text-based content on your page. This includes titles, captions, and descriptions. You can set a background color for the content. Also, add content padding and margin. You can choose to add a border around the content and then proceed to configure its respective settings. Lastly, we have the filter section. Here you can set the space between the filters. Also set the spacing between the filters and the images. You can align the filters either left, center, or right. Tweak the typography options to make them more presentable. Also, we will add some hover effect to the filters. You can see that we've added a heading to make it look better with our design, but they don't sit right with the filters. To fix this, let's go to the Advanced tab and add some top negative margin value. This will have the filters move up and be on the same line with our heading. This looks much better. Use this amazing element to your advantage, especially if you're an artist or creative who's looking to showcase their finest work. This concludes our video. To watch more helpful and resourceful videos like this, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.